actually bypass this chaos and get our low frequency Earth's vibration so that we can thrive and not survive. You know, we're just surviving right now. We're darting all sorts of conditions because of it. So that's why this is so great. So it's really set at the intensity of 10 to 30 hertz, which is the frequency of the Earth, and it oscillates between night and day. So the frequency of the Earth oscillates between 10 and 30 hertz. You'll see other machines, and I really had to do my research to decide which one I was going to do because I knew I needed one of them. The other machine, you can actually increase the intensity. You don't want to increase you don't want to increase frequency. Sorry, the other machine, you can increase the frequency. You want it to be this low, but the intensity is what you can increase here, and that's great. So you're on typically you have to build immunity to this mat, so because it really does jumpstart your system and start to really make your system work more efficiently. So the first week you're on this mat, you're on intensity 1. Then the second week you're on intensity 2. And then this third week you're on intensity 3. And you can actually build up to 6 weeks, and then if you choose, you can actually sleep on it. It is designed to sleep on it. So what it does is it just has a 2-hour sleep program which oscillates between your microcirculation, and then it works on your organs, so it basically replenishes your organs at night. So the thing that we don't realize is that blood flow is not only done by the heart, it's done by many of the other organs. And so when our other organs are affected or not getting true circulatory supply, then they're overstressing, and that's where liver conditions come in, that's where the kidneys are overworked, that's when our bodies are actually stressing and we don't even realize it until it's almost too late, you know, we have to recharge it. So, so it's an amazing way of just building efficiency within our system, giving us a microcirculatory oxygenation that our bodies need in order to pump more efficiently at a cellular level. Okay, so I'm going to just show this to you because I just want to make sure I mention anything. So any questions in the meantime? No? Okay. The thing that we need to know about the Bemer is that it isn't a cure-all, so it's not here to cure diseases. It's something very important to know. It's going to be an amazing tool to help the body heal from the inside out. So if you have, I have a friend with MS, and she comes and uses this mat, and she realizes that it basically she says it feels like I've been given a steel support in the back of my body so that I can stand straight, because you know what MS is like. They have a really lack of balance, and then they really can fall over and eventually end up in a wheelchair. But she says that the Bemer totally supports her. Now it's not going to take away her MS, but it's going to increase her quality of life. And that's the key. Parkinson's, it works very well for Parkinson's. It basically is slowing down, it's decreasing the symptoms and slowing down the progression of the disease. So age-related macular degeneration, a colleague of mine in Washington is treating many patients, and in 9 months, his wife went from like 20/80 to 20/40, and you could actually see the progression, the degression, the reversal of the condition in the eye, because so we look at drusen and all these ugly things that we're looking at. So it's definitely reversing. It may never take it away completely, but my gosh, you know, we're going only one way, so to be able to go back to this is very powerful.
When you're doing the eye, do you use the pad?
Yes. So
it's very focused.
It's very focused, and that's what I do. Also migraines, it's amazing for migraines, and so is the spot. In fact, that's what my friend was just saying. She goes, I had a migraine all day. Duh, I didn't think about using the Bemer, and she did, and 15 minutes later, it was just so much better. Because that's what a migraine is. It's just lack of constriction and lack of oxygenation to the blood, to the brain. So that's very good for migraines. This is, so when I treat patients with ocular conditions, I use that, and I only use it on intensity 1. You know, but it's very powerful, and then you'll feel yourself, and you'll get really sensitive to what you might need. You know, you might go all the way up to 5 or 6, and then you might feel a little bit buzzed. You know, and that's okay. You just go down. You cannot harm yourself with it. But I told the story last time as well. A friend of ours, her mom-in-law has dementia, and she's had it for 15 years, and she's had an aide 24/7 for 15 years. And her father-in-law saw the Bemer, he bought it for his wife, and he can actually see her mannerisms are coming back. So it's not like the Parkinson's is going to disappear, but she's really coming into a place of better recognition. She's connecting more. So it's just amazing to, you know, and then I always talk about skin conditions, because if you can see it physically, what's happening on the skin, and see the healing on the skin, then we can only imagine what's going on internally. So I have a little girl who's referred to me from, she is 7 years old. She has cataracts because they put her on steroids for 1.5 years because she has eczema to a point where she looks like a burn victim. I mean, you have no idea. You wouldn't even be able to say that she has eczema because it just doesn't look like that. And this little girl, I had nothing else to offer her because I knew that if I calmed her systemic system down, then I could actually look at the true representation of the cataract. So I didn't even prescribe glasses for her because I just thought that was just a waste of time right now until we calmed the system. And so she came and used the Bemer, and after 10 sessions, this little girl's life, the mom said it's the best feeling she's ever had. And for 7 years, this little girl has had nothing but, I mean, she scratches until she bleeds under her nail. Anyway, so they have the Bemer, and it's life-changing for this little girl. So I'm curious. I think in 3 months' time, once it's consistent, I'll check to see what her vision is. But I was reading some articles two nights ago, and there's an ophthalmologist that's actually seen retinal detachments come together, which is amazing. And I mean, she had the slides of the actual at a cellular level. So that's huge because, you know, and vision acuity is improving. I don't claim that because I don't want to be that one that promises something that doesn't deliver, but vision, people are reporting increased vision, increased energy, increased mental ability, and I feel like that. I have so much going on. It's a bit overwhelming. You know, I do this a lot because I'm so passionate about helping people heal, because in my practice I feel like it's not big enough. You know, one at a time is not enough for me. I'm also designing eyewear. I just 2 kids. It's why I kind of barely made it here today. But you know, I feel like, you know, running a practice, I feel like this machine has totally given me a sense of clarity that I honestly don't know where I would get it from. So I go on it every day, twice a day, 8 minutes, and I meditate on it and set my intentions on it, and it's just an amazing, you know, it's an amazing treat because none of us really stop, right? So who stops for 8 minutes? Imagine stopping for 8 minutes, that's a plus. And then you get on the Bemer, that's another plus. So it's just really, it really changes our life. Connie, you want to share?
Does it calm you? Do you have a calming feeling from it?
Well, I'm using it for meditation too.
Okay.
In the morning and at night. So I you know, through Carrie Smith, I was learned that it's really important to meditate, and I wasn't doing it. So now I have a reason to do it.
Yes.
And I think I jumped up to intensity too quickly.
Okay.
And I could tell because I was just getting kind of like, I felt just
jittery.
Unsettled.
Yeah.
So I went back down to 1.
Yes.
I think I did 1 for like 4 days, and I thought, I can go. I can try to go up. It's too soon.
It's too soon.
Yeah.
And so, the beauty of it is it's not going to harm you, but you're starting to get really in touch with your body.
Yeah,
exactly.
Exactly.
And don't be in a rush. You know, one is really Dr. Burka, who's the doctor of Bemer that I work with a lot. He claims that the intensity 1 and 2 is where the magic is anyway. You know, so low intensities. We all want the big. You know, we want the big quick fix, but it's really very powerful just at intensity 1. The beauty of this, the scientific of this amazing technology is that it works on the vasomotion of the microcirculation. So the vasomotion is this little smooth muscle in the microcirculation. So the photos that they show us is unbelievable. The vasomotion is this mechanism, and that's what the Bemer works on. So this mechanism is actually interlinked with the rhythm of our heart. And so at night, during the day, there's a plus module on here that you can actually, you boost that vasomotion. So that's also something that might not work for you. You boost that vasomotion. So every 20 seconds, our microcirculation does this, every 20 seconds. It's great for during the day because it gives us a lot of energy and it gets us going. But at night, you don't want that extra boost to match with the vasomotion of the smooth muscle. So you take it out. Sometimes you could also try not using it at all, either the morning and the night, because everybody's so sensitive or not sensitive at all. I didn't realize I was so sensitive. I was drinking tea last night. I swear I was high.
Not me.
Oh, I
didn't have this much.
Anyway, but yeah, it's kind of could be that as well. But you'll really be in tune with your body to feel what it needs
I
when
have
you
to
need
say,
it.
when I first heard your talk, I thought, oh God, I'm never going to be able to figure this thing out.
Right.
It is so easy to use.
Thank you.
It
Yes.
is so easy.
It's
You
so
know, you
easy.
get all those chords and they have all the European plugs and everything.
Oh my
you
God.
know.
Yeah, that was the funniest text. Yeah. Donna, there are all these cool, and I was driving and my son was reading the text to me, and I'm like, oh, this is so cute. Tell her, blah, blah, blah. Tell her, you know. So yeah, it is very easy to use, and it's such a fun way of sharing because, I mean, we all want to be in our best possible space, so it's just really exciting. I just got a text from a colleague of mine too. She goes, I'm waiting a friend to buy it. I'm becoming a distributor. I mean, she's so cute. She's had depression. She's bipolar. She sees an absolute shift in this. So patients who have depression or who have, you know, bipolar, any kind of those cognitive challenges, this is an amazing tool to just lie on. So even children with ADHD, if you just lie on this and you don't lie on that, it gives an amazing relief to the sympathetic nervous system. So this could be just enough. Traveling, you can travel with this Bemer very easily. You can fold the mat up. You're done. So I'll put some
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Gee, so okay, the most.
I was expecting to feel something.
Okay, so I'll bring it up.
Okay.
You might, so because, okay, you might or you might not feel anything. Some people feel this, patients with diabetes will feel tingling in their toes and hands because there is no circulation, there's less circulation there, so therefore it's waking the circulation up. Some people feel tingling, some people feel heat, everybody might feel different, some people might feel nothing at all. So because it's a lifestyle and because it's a day-to-day thing which lasts, the circulation, this treatment will last for 12 to 16 hours, you might feel great and then it might come back tomorrow. But remember, it's got to get into your system and your circulation has to start, and the healing process will take 3, 4, 5 months, but you'll start to feel better sooner. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, you might feel something, you might not. So I never tell anybody what they will or may not feel because of that. Because we expect to feel something, you know, so or not.
Which was it on a timer? Is that what it
Yeah, so
go off?
it's set. Yep. So the most depressing thing is that Bemer buzz at the end. Like we don't want to hear that buzz. We're like, oh, it's done. I need to write you. That's like shoot.
It's amazing though how long 8 minutes
really
feels. I start thinking, I'm hearing the click, you know, like every 2 minutes,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
get a little click, and I'm thinking, hasn't it been 8 minutes?
Oh
yet?
wait, you hear a click every 2 minutes?
I do. I think I do.
Okay, so every 2 minutes. That's so interesting. No wonder you cannot go more than 2. You're completely sensitive. So every 2 minutes. This is very important. The mat switches bipolarity. It switches polarity from positive to negative and negative to positive. So you really, which is what we need. What's that?
No, what I wanted, I'm just like,
Yeah, I don't feel it. Right? It's okay.
do your magic.
No, yeah. So actually, that's very important because that's what it's what is almost. It's what's so unique about this mat as well. Is because everybody who will question it will say, does it do this positive, negative, positive charge? And it absolutely does. So the first 2 minutes are very important because you're going to get that. So you really could get off it after 4 minutes. So 2 minutes and 2 minutes, but stay on for 8. That's great. Okay, tell me if you don't mind.
Right shoulder, like I think I have an injury like you have travels.
Oh, so let's do that. Can I have another towel? Please. Anything else?
Big one or small?
Small's good. Yes, I'm going to just do it right here. I could do the spot. So the spot and the light, so these tools, this one, this kit, these little additions, they are 3 times, so the whole mat is measured in microtesla, that's the electrical frequency that they use, but the microtesla strength is 3 times more in these units than this mat. So if you want, which I haven't told you, which you want, you can actually lower the frequency in the settings over here for these things so that they're lower than this. But it's quite nice to have this additional boost. So because it's localized. So you can either keep it 3 times as much intensity or not. So just think that when you're putting a 3 on the mat, it's actually 9 on the thing. So I've lowered mine in my machine because I treat ocular, so it's lower. It's better for me personally. This is a light. This is the spot. So if you have an acute injury, a knee or a shoulder, this is wonderful. Like I was telling you, I literally clobbered my knee walking into my son's bed.
Yeah.
I actually thought I shattered something inside, and so this knee started hurting because I was compensating, and I actually for the first time experienced what like knee pain feels like. Like, oh my God, this is what my father's knee. Like I just couldn't believe, and I beamed the heck out of it. I just did this the night before on a 4 or 5, and then the next day, and that next night I was like, oh, thank goodness. Like it was back to, and the bruise was there, and but it was unbelievable. So huge results with this. And then this is the light. So if you have any skin conditions, so burns or acnes or cuts or anything that's skin related, rashes, this is an amazing tool that just connects in here. It's very easy. Again, it's very easy to use. It's like, such German design. I mean, it's very easy.
And you hold that with
Yeah,
your
you hold it.
hand.
No, actually, there is a strap that I don't. There's a strap in the box, but it's too complicated. I just hold
And
it.
you
Just lay it on there.
Yeah, just
set
lay it on.
Okay.
Exactly.
There are some glasses that go with that too.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Use the glasses.
Is that what you were gonna say for Cole? Remember when he got conjunctivitis?
Yeah, yeah,
You said, bring it on, My
exactly.
son, he's in preschool.
He's gonna get everything.
Yeah,
But let
well,
me.
thank God he goes around.
Well, that actually brings up another thing. So styes, I see so many
That stuff,
kids
yeah.
with styes or adults with styes, and they're self-limiting and they're gonna last for 10 days. There's just nothing you can do about it, and you always pray that they don't turn into a chalazion, which is a hardened stye, because then you've got to excise it and cut it out. So I've had several people come to me with styes, and of course I can't do anything, but I've been treating them with the Bemer. 3 sessions on the Bemer, gone. And my son, I even did it on my son. I said, let's try this. I've got nothing else to give you. I can't, you don't need an antibiotic, but they're painful, completely different. So it's kind of cool. I use a strap.
That's so you just
Yeah.
lay that over. and
Yeah, in fact, Siri came to me and I treated her with this for this. It was unbelievable. Yeah. So this is what I use to treat, because it's just you put it over. I use a towel. Let me actually get you started, and then we can. Okay. Oh, actually, sit up for me. There you go.
So is there a one side versus the other side?
Put your hands down. Say it again. Oh, it's either way.
So it can
either
go this way
yeah.
or this way?
Yeah. Either way. And even the mat. And so the way that you know that the signal, so even if you sleep, my friend is telling me she puts it on a comforter, this signal will tell you how far the signal goes. Let me just turn it on. Okay, so I'm just gonna, okay, I'll give you.
So there's not a cord on that machine you're touching that's hooked up to the mat?
Yes.
There is
a cord.
So I have to plug in everything. But you can do 2 pieces at the same time.
Okay.
Does that
So she's doing the mat and she's doing the strap.
Yeah, so I do 2 at the same time. So because I'm the eye doctor and I know vision conditions, I'm just trying to give my eyes as much oxygen as they can, because I don't want to have to deal with what I see so many people deal with. So every day I'm usually this over my eyes and the mat. Now if I have a little acute injury somewhere, I will take this and put it somewhere else.
And
So
you do it
sometimes
twice a day?
I do it twice a day. So you can do it once a day for 16 minutes. So, so it's setting it up. Like Connie said, she goes, let me just figure out where I'm going to put it in my house. And it's kind of, you just have to figure out how it's going to fit in your lifestyle to make it simple to use. Because I've had several of my friends who say, oh, it's there, but we're not using it. So everyone's trying to figure out how to make it
Work. Does
Yeah.
it run out? I've had mine for 10 years and it just doesn't work anymore.
Well, that's it. That is a
there
great question. It has a 3-year warranty. So again, the other machine, the other only plus that the other machine has is a 4-year warranty. My friend has had it for 8 years. The one who has been doing Bemer, she actually is Bemer India, so she takes 50 Bemers to India 4 times a year, because India is rampant with diabetes, and she is helping so many diabetics with their retinopathies. Let me just set you up. So hold that for me.
Sure.
Quickly set you up. So I'm going to give you the mat. Are you sensitive? Okay, good. Just show this. I'm going to just do this. Okay. Okay, so she's had it for 8 years, and I've asked her, and she goes, she has not had any problems with hers. Now, the things go wrong, because these little magnetic prongs, they do get damaged if you don't keep them in those plastic things. Donna Dean lost her plastic things, and I've yet to call the company to send me more. So it comes with these plastic coverings. Keep your plastic coverings on. That's the only thing that I know, that I've known of in a year, that has gone awry. If something happens with anything, the Bemer company will take care of it. We happen to have our headquarters in Carlsbad. They just moved from Florida. So, you know, so far we're good. You're dealing with something right now. I don't know if they're helping you.
Oh yeah, they're great.
They're great, right?
They're great.
Okay, good. They're a pain in the neck to get a hold of on the phone, so we have like private numbers for for Bruce, right? Who's the head of admin. That's how we
And
go,
he's
go
super.
through him. Yeah. So, you know, it's the admin doesn't match the quality of this, you know, admin, you know, we're trying very hard to, you know, make that better. But they came to San Diego about a year ago and they were bombarded because it was just growing to a place that they couldn't kind of keep up. So, but the production of it is amazing. And so they do tons and tons of, people can go to Liechtenstein and see the whole factory, and it's a very small company. One dad and two sons runs this amazing, yeah, I like that. And actually, it's amazing because when you buy this machine, it's one machine for $6,000, or you can buy it with a partner and then it's $5,000, but only one of you has a distribution right, basically in the package. And when Stefan showed this to me, I said, well, originally they had a Classic, which was the original machine, and a Pro that you could buy together. And I'm like, why would you want to buy a lower model and a higher model if you're spending this much money? Don't you want to buy just two good models? And so literally she went to Nick, the owner, and said, you know, one of my clients suggested this, and they did it. So it's like kind of cool because we're right there. You know, we're not, it's not this conglomerate company that we can't get to the people that really, you know, we go to academies, there's tons of education if you want it. There's a convention once a year that was just so amazing. I mean, tons and tons of medical doctors and, you know, medical health, naturopaths and MDs around the world that are using this because they're seeing such huge results. It's really nice.
I printed out a list of, I Googled sports teams using
yes.
Bemer.
Yes.
5 pages of names
Yes.
of athletes. who
Yes, they
use-
sponsor
yeah,
the Olympic Swiss team. Tons of athletes are using it. In fact, I've been dealing with that now because a friend of mine was in a car accident and his bone is not fusing. And I told him 2 months ago to get on the Bemer. And of course, it takes time for everybody to really understand it. Everybody's on their own time frame, so you can't force anyone into this. I don't believe it's the right thing to do anyway. I told you about it a year ago. Remember, I was like, like, when in good time, you know? Exactly, and that's the thing. You have to just hear about it, feel it, experience it. So there's no, you know, it's hard to just get it from the first time because I saw it 2 years later. It took me 2 years to actually get it, right? So you're ahead of the game. But yeah, so Bemer is also going to, it has been working with NASA. It's also in the astronauts' spacesuits because when the astronauts leave the Earth's atmosphere, their bones disintegrate. And so they have nothing to help support that. And so the Bemer technology is now being placed in their spacesuits to actually keep the integrity of the bone. So Bemer and bone is an unbelievable marriage. Bemer and stem cells is an unbelievable marriage. They're doing tons of research now with stem cell support and Bemer. Bemer and wound healing is amazing. And the amazing thing is that they say that the Bemer works amazingly well for the 50 to 70 year population. You know, I still feel it, my kids still feel it, but they say that just, it's 50 to 70 is where they actually see even the most. So, and we're almost there. So. No, but it's nice to know. And I wanted to show you some slides just so you can see healings of Bemer.
Do you feel anything?
No, I know. So here's sometimes this is, okay, so it's working.
It's working, okay.
So sometimes I'm like, oh God, is it really
working?
on?
Is it on?
It's totally on.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
that's how far. Wait. That's where the signal stops.
Okay.
So if you have a big puffy bed, this thick, and you want your Bemer to still work, it's right there. So because a friend of mine asked me, she goes, I have this thing, it's this thick, you think it's going to go through, you know, because everybody's trying to make Bemer work for them. So yeah, it works. Okay, so let me show you. Any other questions?
I just wanted to look at the cords and what
So
that's-
you plug them in here. So this is labeled A1, this is labeled A2. So it shows you on the program.
So A1 is the map.
A1 could be the mat, or it could be
Or it
something
could
else.
be
It
the
doesn't,
strap.
yeah, it doesn't really matter, because here it will show you how you transfer. Connie, did you ever figure out how to transfer?
Yes, I did.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
See? Oh, so you're
So you can set each one separately, different intentions.
Is she on something more than number one?
Yeah, I'm gonna actually, yeah, no, she is actually, so look, let me show you. So she's on the mat now,
Right.
right? So then if you go over, you just push this button, you go over, and then you're now in the, there'll always be a picture to show you. Then you're now in this, then you can set this.
And
Then
that's
you
the
can
strap.
set this, exactly, so I can set it to intensity 2.
So they weren't
And
both
then
going
strap.
at once?
Yeah, they were. See, they were, right there.
Okay,
So you know that they're working because that's A1 and that's A2. That's
Okay, they're both, okay. Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna just leave you here because I'm just gonna make sure. Now you're making me.
I'm
worry.
sorry.
I know, right? Sometimes that happens. Sometimes you don't
I-
push start. Did you hear a beep?
Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
I heard only one beep though.
It beeps twice.
Did it beep twice? That's one beep. That's for one machine.
Sometimes
So I think that's the mat. But I put it on program 2. I'm gonna put you on program 2. I'm just gonna do.
Two tools at the same time? Yeah.
Oh, I put you on program 1. Okay, good. That's what it was. I put you on program 1, but I'm gonna put you on program. Hold on, let me just do this.
Okay. After Donna's last workshop.
I'm just gonna keep you. Yeah, you can have another minute because it was only program 1, so I'm just gonna keep you 8 more minutes. Okay, let me just find you some pictures. Let me think what else I have to share with you. So the pricing is the pricing is the 6,000 for this mat, or 2 for 10,400, which is 5,000 each. So we can always find you a partner if you want to do that, or you can rent it for 8 weeks for $1,200. You can rent it, and then anytime during that period, you can decide to buy it, and then you just pay the remainder of what it is. That is the most expensive route because they charge you $150 extra to rent it, but it's a nice way of trying it. I did that, Connie's doing that, so it's just a nice way to do it, and then you can buy it at any time. The only catch with that rental is that you can't buy it with someone afterwards and get the 5,000. So, you know, it's either you know you want it, or you want to just try it and then buy it. It just gives you time to do that. So it's a nice option.
For me, it was just to make sure I was actually going to use it.
Use it, exactly, and it's important because it's something
It has to
like
be easy to use.
totally, yeah. I remember coming to the bar method and I left terrified. I thought, oh God, let me see if I can figure this out in my schedule and my life. You know, I'll never forget. It took me like 2 weeks before I could figure out, okay, I could do this. 7 years later, I'm pretty happy. But
So in the practice that you do,
Yes.
professionally, do you use this as a therapy with your patients?
yes, so as many patients as I can, I put on them before and after therapy, and then I have the parents go on it if they want. And I had a woman yesterday whose mother has Parkinson's, and she wanted to try it, so she came on it. Yeah, so I have it daily in my practice.
And your practice isn't necessarily because you're focusing on the eye, right?
No, the
Oh.
brain and the body, like
The
the
brain and the
whole
body.
thing. The eye is what it's the piece that we integrate. It's the vision piece, but I can't leave out the other parts.
Right. So if I wanted to try this,
Yeah.
could I schedule in with you and do it that way?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. You
Okay.
can come, tons of people come to my practice
Okay.
and do it. So
All right.
I'm there Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursday mornings.
Okay.
You know, I'll let you know my
Yeah, I'll
schedule.
get all
feel
that
free.
stuff.
I'm at the
Okay.
Waldorf School in San Diego, so I'm off between University and El Cajon Boulevard, or 54th Place, and it's absolutely. And if you have other friends that want to try it, you can bring them there too. There's no pressure, you know. Just see if it resonates with you,
Right.
and how it fits into our schedule, because it is kind of one more thing to do, but it's just one more great thing to do.
Sure.
So, any questions? No? We'll put you on it. I'm getting there. Let me just get the presentation here.
Well, you're in my bucket, so that's how I got.
So Allison, how did you use this?
So
I
I,
share that. Yes.
yeah. So Donna, again, same kind of like Connie. I mean, she spent time. Donna's told me about this forever. Like, yeah, you know, okay, got it, kind of thing. But I never, for when you and I had this conversation, kind of a too good to be true type. Okay, you know.
Oh, totally.
But then I tore my hamstring in half, water skiing, and my biceps femoris, which is one of the 3 hamstrings in back here, I imagine a rope just fraying in half from vertically. So from the 2 insertion points, it just is in half. And so they said it'll be about a year until if it goes back to normal. And I escaped surgery, thank God, because that would have been really awful. But so I used it. My neighbor happens to have one, and so I'm on crutches, and she's like, just crutch over my house, and so I go to the orthopedic surgeon. He says, let's just try physical therapy first and just see if we can get it to heal a little bit. So, so Donna, I think you had told me Sue had it. I can't remember. But
Yeah, so Sue got it from me. That's the one whose father-in-law and mother-in-law had dementia, and the husband has tinnitus.
And that's the neighbor.
The neighbor.
Yeah,
That's it.
and I know them quite well. Her kids babysit my kids. And she uses it for her children. She has 4 children. They're all very athletic. She uses it to increase their, just immunity-wise. They lay on it just to stay healthy, and then they also use it. A couple of them are really competitive. One of her daughters is a competitive surfer. Her son's really into baseball, high school sports stuff. So they use it just as healing, just to stay strong, keep their body strong for athletic endeavors. But anyway, so I went over there. She's like, just come over, check it out. I didn't feel anything, but I used it. I'd go over to her house when I could, and used it just in coordination with physical therapy. And pretty this way, I went back to the orthopedic. Where do we go? He said, come back in 3 months. I'm like, okay, great. Don't do anything for 3 months. You guys knew me, I was a mess, because I couldn't work, and I could not work at all. I couldn't walk, I couldn't work, I couldn't teach, I couldn't take class, I couldn't do anything. So I'd hire somebody to do my job, which really sucks. And it's very expensive. And it's my livelihood, so I was willing to try anything.
Yeah.
So I did the PT and the Bemer, and I went back to my orthopedic, and he was like, wow, I know, yeah, he's like, you're in good shape.
Yeah,
honestly,
resting
you're
helps.
strong. Yeah, but he's like, you recovered really fast. This is great. Keep doing what you're doing, kind of thing, and I'll see you in another couple months. And I literally canceled the appointment. I never told you that.
Oh my gosh.
Because I was going, and I went to the PT place next door. They're great if you ever need one. And she was like, you know what? And when I went back at the 3 months, he said it's almost grown back together. Not quite. You still have some time to go. But just keep doing what you're doing, kind of thing, and you'll know when it's not quite torn anymore. So now I'm just working on the flexibility part, and I have some scar tissue in there that I need to break up. But I haven't been using it anymore.
Yeah, you have. Yeah.
Get over there.
You need to get you on it now.
I need to get to. So.
All right, cooked.
There you go. Yeah, but kind of moral of the story is it sped up the healing process probably about 50%.
So you just would lay on it. Did you wrap that thing around?
You know what? I did this, and she would put the
strap, and
small
she
one
laid it on-
right
okay.
on the back, all the way up to the 2 insertion points of
Right.
of what I tore. Yeah. So what am I, 6 months? What is it? I did it in August. So August, September, October, November, December, January. We're now. I'm 7 months in. I'm probably where.
I'll see you.
I'm probably at maybe where I would have expected 11 months into the injury.
Right.
Does that make sense? Like
Yeah.
my mobility and my ability to do stuff. Yeah. So
And I'm
it just sped up the process.
So the frequency that you were using this therapy, how low?
Yeah. But the first time I used it, I couldn't even drive, so I crutched over to her house and I walked out.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
And then the next day, I was on my crutches again. It helps. I went to bed that night and I used to elevate it a little bit, and then the next day, so it's like a 3 steps forward, 2 steps back, but it's just a quicker recovery kind of thing,
Because the premise of this is that to allow the body to heal itself.
Absolutely.
Right. It just
That's
helps,
it.
for
Yeah,
me to
the
sped up
body's
the
really
process
powerful.
basically of what my body probably would have done naturally,
Right.
but
It would take longer and.
exactly, and I can't afford to do that.
Right.
Well, and that's the thing about this is that it just speeds up healing time.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, it just
Right.
speeds it up because our bodies will heal, but
Sure.
it's a more effective way of healing.
Right.
And but the truth is that our bodies need the increased microcirculation anyway. So it's like it's almost like my friend who was in the car accident and who got the broken arm and the broken leg. I'm like, you're going to use it to actually help the bone fuse, but overall you're going to increase your body's healing and health in such a more profound way. Because as I was reading more and more articles about what he's looking for, it's amazing that it actually says it prevents injuries because your bones are more supple, because at a cellular level you're getting the microcirculation in, but also you're releasing these, it's a very interesting article I'll send to you, the circulation, it's not only circulation, it's actually allowing the nutrients from the astrocytes to actually release into the cells. So you're just getting this overall, the benefits. And I've never seen articles like that regarding the Bemer. So Bemer in South Africa is also huge, and the guy that's working with Bemer, he's the one that put this together. It's really amazing to see that the benefits are more than just even the microcirculation leads to effective cellular release of certain nutrients, and it just goes on.
Yeah, it's just boosts your immunity.
Yeah.
I want to use it for, I have, my younger son has severe allergies, and so
It's totally.
his pore system is just always, it's like he always gets kicked when he's already down kind of thing, because
Yeah.
his immune system is always being attacked because he has so many allergies. So it's like if you can vision a bathtub full of water, right? And so he just has more severe reaction to certain things in the environment, whether it's pollen or grass or dust or smoke or foods or whatever. And so you just compound them, and then the bathtub overflows really fast, like faster than it would with most people.
Yeah.
And so I know Sue keeps telling me to have him come over just to boost his immunity.
It is. It's amazing, and pain reduction in so many ways, and sleep conditions in so many ways. Because he's the classic example of his environment may be affecting him, and his system can't stand up to the environment. So how do you help these kids? Because it's not like they need anything other than an internal support. You know, no matter how many supplements or homeopathics you give him, because I'm a big homeopathic freak. But it's like there's just nothing else that's going to help strengthen the body like this is. And it's like everything, you know, you still want to eat healthily, you still want to find the right order, that's a whole nother baby. You still want to find you still want to do everything you're doing. And this just takes you to a whole nother level. You can beam the water, so if you really start with good water, and then you can put it in glass bottles on the mat and beam it and drink that during the day. I kid you not, the energy that I have from that water is insane. And I am a camel, I do not drink water. This Bemer water has made me completely drink water. It's amazing. And also that 4 o'clock low caffeine or I need a coffee, gone. I don't have any cravings. Actually, no cravings. So, because it balances the pH in your body. So we are so acidic from coffee drinking and other things that we eat that our bodies are so out of whack. This is completely going to alkalize your body pH. So it's wonderful to drink the water too.
Does it alkalize the water?
It does, yeah. And it changes the structure. They're busy doing studies right now, and I actually just found some amazing article about, they showed how they gave plants, when they first started, they actually did it with plants to show the difference of how plants grow with Bemer water.
I need that. I kill it.
So you don't have to drink that
I have no green thumb. And I really want a garden. I want my own garden. And my husband's like,
with you.
Absolutely.
Or anything, I can pick up here in the studio. If you
Yes, I'll leave it for you.
You do that.
You call me.
Okay.
Let me know how you feel.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for coming.
if you can do right, if Lindsay still has a list out there, just say yes or and write your initials, and that gives me permission to give her your email address. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, you too. So that's Dr. Clark. He's kind of, I know it's so small, I can't figure out how to get rid of this again. So that's Dr. Clark. He's the, I was in a meeting with him at the last academy, and I know I shared this last time, but my gosh, I felt like I was sitting in a room where history was being made. He speaks only German, there was a translator, and you're looking at this man who just has this brilliant understanding of the human body, and he was talking to, there were stem cell researchers from Salk, there were neurologists, there were ophthalmologists, there was me, it was just, I was in tears. sitting listening to this thinking, the world needs this. And the doctor that I work with, Dr. Burka, I had lunch with him and he said, Donna, if we could just spread this Bemer sine wave over the world, it will be a much healthier place to live. He says, I just want to spread it over the earth. Yeah. So it's just it's so good. You know, here's all I can show you, because they've taken a lot off the internet because of the FDA approval. They're trying to just stay within the guidelines of not putting too many testimonials out, because there are so many. Right. They want the hard science. So what this is this is actually a microcirculation. If you look, if it was on, it would be this like slow, sludgy, sticky blood. All of our blood is sticky, and after 2 minutes on the Bemer, the blood is just flowing completely through like a river. It's insane. And when I saw that, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's what it is. So I don't have it because they're kind of waiting for it to. They don't want to. I don't know what else is going on. So yeah, I just want to show you some pictures of just so you can really think about what you're treating. You're treating that. So arteries is red, veins is blue. You're on a Bemer mat and you're taking care of that much of your body's circulation. It's an amazing picture to see, because we're all trying to do everything to keep us healthy, and this just takes it to another level.
And the yellow is the micro?
The yellow is the micro.
Which is what it's really affecting.
Which is what it's only affecting. Yeah. And this wraps around a football field 2.5 times. That's how much microcirculation we have. The reason why I feel so comfortable doing it in my practice is because the eyes are 99% microcirculation. That it's really kind of made for us, for our profession. It's like the first time, something that ophthalmologists can share. And so what it does is, speaking of immunity, what this microcirculation does is, I'll show you a better slide. There are white blood cells attached to the microvessels. There are white blood cells attached. If you don't have efficient microcirculation, the white blood cells stay there. Well, the white blood cells don't do anything if they're not moving through our blood, helping us fight infection. The moment you're on the Bemer, you can actually watch the video, and as soon as I have that video, I will share it. You will see the white blood cells actually releasing off the cell wall and moving into the bloodstream. So it's an amazing, you can actually see it go to work. So without microcirculation, our blood is almost stagnant. It's not doing what it should be doing. And it's all about the energy. So, the ATP is the energy of our body, and that's what it really works on. So that's why we do feel more energized, and we do have more subtlety. We have more suppleness in our microcirculation and our bodies. And I was saying last time, when I come to the bar, I feel like I can go deeper. Like I just feel my muscles have more flexibility, All right, you're covered. So, I mean, it says 27% more improved vasomotion, which is that smooth muscle. So that smooth muscle is going to pump more. 29% increased microcirculation, blood flow, which is what we know. 31% improved venous blood return. So the whole system is just able to clear. Detox is huge. So it really detoxes a lot of gunk. And 29% more increased oxygen utilization, which I think is what I experience when I come to the bar, because I can feel my body is just different. It's just different. And I remember I had sore injury. Okay, this is just worth seeing. So this is the skin level. So this is before Bemer.
Is that a burn?
Yeah, it's a
diabetic ulcer.
Yeah,
okay.
so the reason why these aren't healing is because the diabetics have no circulation. And so they did a study, 50 out of 50 amputations were prevented. 50 out of 50 prevented amputees.
Wow.
That's huge. That kind of says, okay, because 8 weeks. So, you can only imagine what it's doing inside. It's really just so powerful. And many of them, they've shown 2 years worth of conventional treatment and nothing's happened. And the Bemer within 2 months. So it's just, it's amazing. Here's another one. Hold on. Here's another one. I mean, it doesn't tell you how long, but I tell you what, most of them are 2 years conventional and 3 to 4 months on Bemer.
That's another diabetic.
Another
issue.
diabetic.
Yeah.
Diabetics are just, this is designed for them. This is an 88. So again, this is 2 years of convention and then 9 months another one. And you know, the older we get, the slower our bodies heal. Why? Well, you know why? Because our microcirculation starts to deteriorate at age 30. So we're already starting to wrinkle, we're already starting to experience all the aging things up until age of 30. So by 60, we've got no microcirculation as much, you know, we have way less. So we're healing, but we're not healing the way we did. And it's just amazing to show. Let me see this, the liver, it's an amazing thing for liver conditions. And acne, I mean, that's 14 days.
Wow,
Just
wow.
14 days.
14 days.
Wow.
And you know, these poor kids, I have a 14-year-old myself, these poor kids are put on these antibiotics with my niece and nephew, and I'm like, oh my God, you're killing your children. And
I did it. I put my
Right?
daughter on Accutane.
Right? That's it.
I did it.
I know.
It's beautiful,
I'm
but,
fighting
oh.
it. I'm fighting it because I know. I'm
Good for you. But that's
You know?
what we knew.
But that's all we know. Exactly. Exactly. So you can't be upset. But
No.
it is what it is. It's just there's just different alternatives now. This is interesting. This is a 91-year-old skin cancer. So it also works with animals. Huge. But after 2 months. So she's how old? 91. This is actually she's in South Africa. But it's like at that age, you're not going to expect much healing.
No.
So you've got nothing else other than this to help. So look at this.
Jen Gallagher, the gal from
Yeah.
she's using it on her dog
Yes.
because her dog and for her own horses too. But yeah, she wanted to use on her dog because he just got skin issues, tumors, and
Oh, yeah.
No, it's huge.
you know,
In fact, they
and
use
she
it.
was like a dog,
No,
she's a
no,
dog lover.
Well, no, the dogs will jump on this. My dog will go on this mat the moment I turn it
Yeah,
on.
she
They
said it's
love
helping
it.
too.
They love it.
And like arthritis and the dog and
Absolutely.
stuff.
Any arthritis.
Yeah, she's like every vet you have.
Okay, so can you go on your belly? I'm going to do it, and then I'm going to put that thing right there at your head. Okay, so let's do that. Perfect. So I'll do that. I'm going to put John by your side, and I'm just going to do that. And I'm just going to put that there. And I'm just
Now,
gonna-
what's the towel for? Is it just to keep it kind of clean?
Yeah,
Okay.
you know,
There's nothing to do with
But
the towel.
I recommend you,
Do you
you
feel
know,
anything?
your own personal liner sheet. I always put a sheet
I don't
on
feel
there,
it at
so
all.
nobody really touches
Sure.
that unless I'm in clothes or
Yeah, I know,
you know,
for
but I'm
whatever reason,
trying.
I just
Yeah,
don't feel it
and
when
then
I'm on it. And then it
just
takes,
you can wash this. You can wash
for
this
me, I
thing.
felt
So
the
it does definitely is
better.
because a lot of
And then
two of my
for
colleagues' wives have
kind
had
of the rest of the
strokes.
day.
And so we're all trying to, they're all on
the
these
next day a little bit, but
continents and there, so we're trying.
but every time's a little bit better.
So when you attach it, you do it very, very carefully. You don't just slam it
Shove
on.
it in you gently.
Yeah,
Okay.
very, very gentle.
So you're just using the, you're gonna use the light on her, or
No,
the,
I use the spot.
the spot.
So she has a headache, so I'm
So
gonna
that she's
just,
gonna
I'm actually
kind of
made her
either,
do this.
you know,
Yeah,
So I'm just
it
gonna
does
put it
give
right
us the
there.
energy.
like a little.
Yeah, like a
And then
little
I'm gonna put it on, I'm gonna put it on 3.
Now, is the mat going to be on?
Yep, I'm gonna
As
give
well?
that. Yep.
So both pieces will be on.
Yeah, why not, right?
Sure.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you just want, you know, if you have an injury, you can do this
I
plus
even
an
now I
additional.
can see that
Yeah.
it's this one's just
You could, but it works very well if you do it right here on the back, because that's where all the blood flow is coming through. So that's where the constriction starts.
back to doing
So it's a wonderful way of doing it over here. And you know, there's protocols for different things, and if there's something unique, we always call the doctor to figure it out. It becomes very intuitive, so I kind of figure it out really on my own. And you can try a few things, and some might work better, but really you can figure it out. You know, it's just a matter of the intensities and what matches your vibration of health. So, but you know, this is just even a powerful tool on its own, like I mentioned. You can just use this. Yeah. Yeah.
It's on there.
Oh, you can turn your head to the side and breathe if you need. You're good? Oh, is it fine like this? What about your head? Can we put it, wait, lift your head up. How's this?
It actually is
It's
very
pushing it.
high.
Okay, so let's see. Wait, hold on. You're okay? Well,
You can't breathe.
you know what? I'll tell you what we'll do. Sit up. Let's hold this just on your neck. We'll do the mat later. Because I don't want to.
I mean, actually, but
It
I'm
works?
actually fine. I
Okay,
can
it
feel,
didn't-
actually, I can feel heat.
Okay, brilliant. Then it's good. Well, some people feel heat, some people feel
I
nothing.
feel heat.
Yeah.
It's
and-
not intense. It's just warm.
Okay, I'm going to
My neighbor, her
Make sure they can't read that.
her
Okay, you're good.
father-in-law and falls asleep for 3 hours
He does?
every time.
With this thing?
When Sue, yeah, I think it's her father-in-law comes over.
Oh, yeah.
And he just sleeps like it knocks him out.
It's
like,
an amazing tool for sleep. It's so relaxing.
it takes, like,
My
3
kids
hours.
have, one of my little boys has just a tummy issue, parasites, all sorts of yucky things, but he totally feels better when I put the thing over his belly. Yeah, so good. People say their dreams are better, they have proper, more REM sleep, just a deeper sleep. Yeah. What's that?
What's in your body?
Yeah, we all do. You know, we don't realize how sleep deprivation affects us. Like it's actually awful, awful. It's amazing. It's just an amazing tool, you know. And I became a distributor only because I loved sharing it. I wasn't planning on becoming a distributor. Don't worry, I'll do it. And again, you don't have to become a distributor, but it's just so nice to be able to share it, and you get the benefits of becoming a distributor. So if you do choose to buy the mat, and if you do choose to buy the mat and become a distributor, you get, for the first 4 you sell, you make $1,000 back, and then after the 4th one, you make $1,500 back. So eventually, if you have a group of, what's that? You actually end up paying for it. So it's nice. It's just that you have to be prepared to put the money up front first, and then, you know, expect 3 to 6 months, because it takes a while for people to really get this concept and to get the cost. And it's not just a $100 machine, so it is a lot. But once people get it, they get it. You know. So.
Are they shipped directly from Germany?
No, they actually ship from Carlsbad, so they bring them in, and then so
literally
you get it in a day.
That's where the manufacturing for our nation is?
It's made in Germany, but they ship
Okay.
dozens of them, right? Hundreds of them to Carlsbad, and then they ship locally, which is nice. So it takes about 1 to 2 days to get it to you. I know, I couldn't, sometimes it's quicker than others, you know, it depends what admin's doing.
Sure.
And then if you become a distributor, it takes about a week to get your, you know, your distributor stuff in, and they'll give you a website, and then you can actually, after about a week, then you're ready to share it. Sometimes I just had a friend now who said she's becoming a distributor, but she's waiting for a friend to buy it, so that it's just so it can go under her, which is fun. It's great. I mean, I'm here to support anybody who wants to do this. It's just amazing. And there's so many people that need it. There's so many people that can benefit from it. There's just enough to go around, you know? So, but it's lovely. I love it. I just love sharing and meeting all these amazing things. In fact, in New York, my boyfriend lives in New York, so I do go there once a month, but he has a patient of his who owns 2 Pilates studios. And she's lovely, and I said to him, listen, tell her we can do a talk there for her students, and she can help, you know, bring it in, because she's seen huge results with it. So it's just nice to be able to share this. So,
are the machines less expensive in Germany?
So interesting. So I was working with a friend who wanted to do it in Brazil. There's 7,000 in Brazil, but that's because the exchange rate's so bad. I actually don't know what it is in Germany. Oh my God, they're cheaper. Because a patient in New York is German, and she got one maybe $500, a little bit cheaper. It's just when it comes through here, you pay a ton of taxes.
Sure.
So it's even Mexico. So the exchange rate's 18 to 1 for Mexico, and you pay tariff taxes on it. So it's like kind of crazy. So there's Bemer distributors it's in 48 countries. This machine, so it's kind of like if you want one in Mexico, unless you have someone who can bring it across the border, then you might want to get a Bemer Mexico distributor and just buy it in Mexico, do you know?
Yeah.
And that's kind of like my friend who lives here from Brazil, she wants to do it, but it doesn't make sense because the money has to stay in Brazil. It's just one of those, you can't cross over these countries. It's tricky, so we're Bemer America.
Yeah. Okay.
The one that I belong to is Bemer America, and then Bemer International is a whole different ballgame.
Okay.
Like I had a friend in South Africa who wanted to buy it. I just said, just go and buy it from Bemer South Africa.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
Or you can, if you're on vacation anywhere and you want to buy it, you can bring it in. But I think they'll nip you.
That's what I was.
Yeah.
My son's going to be in Germany for 8 months, and so I thought,
oh yeah.
It
It might be better of him to just buy it here and take it. Well, no, you could buy it there.
You could buy it there.
Yeah.
And or
yeah.
I could find one there.
Yeah.
But if I'm trying to bring it back
Yeah.
through traveling,
Yeah,
they might stick it to me.
exactly, because
Yeah.
of the value of the machine.
Yeah.
You have.
That's the problem. You have to, because it's
Okay.
it's $6,000 you can put
Yes,
taxes on it,
right.
or $5, whatever
Right,
it is.
it's
It might
easier
just be
by
better. Yeah, yeah. And we've tried. We've tried. Like even modular poker.
Yes.
You can't even for them to bring a machine in, they would be taxed on it. So it's really kind of crazy. It's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
even equipment, like gym equipment, they've
Yeah.
got to report it through. It's nice. So it's very interesting. But Brazil is 7,000 US, which is interesting. It's 28,000 Brazil, whatever money they use. It sounds crazy, but yeah. But it's magic, this machine. And that thing of it's too good to be true, and it's true. I don't want to say it, but it is.
Do you feel any different now?
Do I feel different?
No? Okay.
Yeah.
I feel warm.
You feel warm?
I feel great.
It's so interesting. Yeah, everybody's so different, and it's like,
Nice to be still.
yeah, and if you did it a few more times, depends on how long the injury is going for. Depends on what you might be missing certain minerals. So it's like it's all certain different components, but at least you started the healing process, whatever you did. It's amazing. You're good. Who's next? You want to come on? Oh, do you want to come on too? You get your chance too.
You can try it.
Sure, I'm okay, go for it. 8 minutes goes, it's quick
quick.
actually, so I'll go after you.
Because I was like,
Alright,
oh,
tell me anything.
Yeah.
It feels so warm.
It does, it
It's just been like, in a German, I have like the shoulder,
Yeah.
But
But nothing else.
sometimes the sheet swells up, but for me, I don't
Okay,
know
what
why.
do you want to treat, knee or shoulder? Shoulder, alright. Alright, so.
Do you want to
sit up,
check
we
this
just
off
want
or?
to, no, we're good, I'll just do that. And then, oh, sorry, one more. Now, I'm gonna tell you, there is an interesting, I'll wait till Gail gets back. Okay. Okay, there you go. Okay, so now.
Does it help with eyes? Because,
Absolutely, why? Tell me what it happens.
well, I didn't start wearing glasses till I was in my 40s. Does it help with that? Because I know it's just like fighting muscles.
No, okay, so I'll tell you, the eye thing. Okay, I'll wait till Gail comes back and then I'll tell you the eye thing. Alright, so I'll tell you two things. Wait, you asked me something first before that, before you mentioned the eye thing. I forgot. The eye thing. Okay, I'll go with the eye thing. So here's the deal with the eye thing, is that the reason why many people are starting to go into glasses now is if they are using computers. So computer vision syndrome is bypassing carpal tunnel syndrome. There is a real condition depending on how long you spend looking at a computer. We blink less. Our blink rate goes down 50%. And the blue light that's coming from the computer is affecting our brain. And they're showing huge studies regarding this blue light that's coming from the computer. And what happens is, because you're stuck at the same distance for hours and hours, and your eyes aren't flexing at different distances, you end up getting almost like a spasm. And so you could be in glasses for a number of reasons, either because your vision was poor when you're driving home, but it's not because you're driving home that your vision's poor, it's because your eyes were stuck up close for such long periods of time. So I see that with kids all the time, these game things, they're stuck here all day, every day, which is completely affecting not only their brain, but their vision system. So this doesn't help with that, but it does give you much better clarity of vision overall. Okay? If you're using a computer, you just have to take more frequent visual breaks to let your eyes rest, but it doesn't take away that flexibility problem. But the other thing about when we turn 40 is that our focus ability decreases tremendously. So our arms become
It's
too
like
short.
presbyopia.
So it's presbyopia, exactly. And so this machine doesn't take away presbyopia. I train presbyopia, so I train that with vision because it has nothing to do, okay, Presbyopia is the muscles of the eyes that actually, the ancillary muscles on the lens, they actually deteriorate. They're gone. So that is something. But your brain can learn how to perceive things differently, aside from the musculature. So you can train presbyopia so that you're in less of a prescription than you would be, or you can slow it down, but you're not going to prevent it from happening. But this is going to give you such better oxygen use that your vision is going to become clearer, and people report that all the time. Okay? But the computer vision syndrome is something you could be dealing with or not. But just take frequent breaks when you're using a computer, because 8 hours a day or 6 to 8 hours a day is grueling. You're getting it at all levels. You're getting it visually, you're getting the blue light, you're getting the stagnant of your vision system sitting there, your shoulders are affecting, so it's a whole body system that gets affected. Bemer can help make that more comfortable, but it not necessarily can take it away. So does that make sense?
Yeah.
Now, they have been doing studies with Bemer and cataracts, and they have found that the doctor that's working on it, who had it 2 years ago, he has found that at least 24 out of his 24 patients that he put on the beam of cataracts didn't need cataract surgery. That's interesting.
That's interesting.
It's amazing, actually. So, you know, I think it will slow down the progression, because cataract formation is an aging process. So it's, why does the cataract get yellow to begin with? Why does it get thick and milky to begin with? It could be due to microcirculation. So they still have to study that. But it's working because there's nothing else. It's either surgery or nothing. So why don't we do surgery or Bemer? You know, we have another tool. So we're trying that. Because I'm such a specialized field and I really don't see disease, only the parents of my patients' parents have disease, of which I don't see. That's how I'm sharing the Bemer with them, because I only see my specialty cases. I don't treat disease, so I can't run that study because I don't see patients with cataracts per se. So, and the thing is that you have to be consistent with this. You know, you need about 20 sessions. I say between 10 or 20 sessions of anything that related to an injury on the Bemer is a good telltale of how you're gonna, you know, help heal the body. It's not just a one-time quick fix, but it definitely can feel them better after the 1 or 2 times. But it's just nice to have it consistent. And that's really how I came to share the Bemer with my patients, because they would come in. They do come in, and you know, it's like, in order to see an effect, you want either 10 or 20 sessions, and then they pay me $35 a session, and I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm going to make the same amount of money if you buy it, if you can afford it, if there's a way to do it, and that I do believe everyone can afford to do it. If there's a way, you know, we can work out, they'll get so much benefit rather than coming to see me just 10 times and paying me that much money. They might as well, let's see if we can figure out how to buy it. You know, so a lot of my patients have, you know, I did this with a non-interest-free credit card, or there's just ways to do it that are helpful. With 16 months to pay, so you've got like 16 months to share the Bemer with 4 of your friends, you know, so it's just nice. So it works either way.
Do you know a Dr. Snake?
Yeah. Is he your doctor?
Yes.
Gary Snag?
Yes.
Oh yeah, so he does what I do.
Yes.
But he does regular optometry as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my South African.
Maybe there would be a connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's sweet. He's very
He's a good,
sweet.
I really like him.
Yeah,
I really
he's
like
a good guy. In fact, there is another doctor, Michael Goldschmidt. There's quite a few of us. He's on Sports Arena, and I just heard of his injury. So he had a shoulder issue, and then he had surgery, and then it went into his spine, so he cannot work. And I just sent him the information on the Bemer. I'm like, Michael, you have got to check this out. I mean, he's not working. He's running his practice from home. So it's kind of sad. But I haven't told Sneg about this. He's not too holistic, you know, but I'll mention it to him when I see him. I see him at my meetings all the time.
Yeah.
He's lovely.
Yeah. Good guy.
He is a good guy.
This would be
You
great.
can, and you know, it's kind of nice is that I love to tell patients, you go tell them. You know what I'm saying? It's sometimes better that a patient's telling them this.
Yes.
You know, Dr. Dean uses this.
Yeah.
Because the truth is that I want all of us optometrists to use it. It's such a powerful healing tool. Because the truth is they can't do much with the drugs. He doesn't treat disease, but we see so much ocular conditions that he could use the Bemer for. Like the styes and the red eyes and the allergies. And I mean, it's very powerful. But they don't sometimes hear it from me. So you can go tell them again. perfect. You're almost done. So.
I know you're like, I don't want to be done.
I know, that's the thing.
You want it to be done.
The most oppressive thing is that buzz at the end of 8 minutes. It's like, are you kidding me?
It's
Yeah.
only been 4.
Yeah.